As you all know, as I'm sure why you've clicked on this video, Ilia Topuria has vacated the 145-pound belt. Some people are angry at this because they want the title reign to be, they wanted it to be longer. They wanted him to be there here for longer. They wanted more highlight finishes at 145 pounds. There was a kid that fought last week. I understand not everyone's going to go and watch UFC Fight Night Marvin Vettori versus Roman Dolidze. No, not everyone's going to go and watch that, but that's what I'm here for. I'm here to do that because this is my shtick. People wanted more of Ilia Topuria at 145 pounds. I get that. He's gone though. Insert Ilia Topuria 2.0. Insert Kevin Vallejos de Argentina. In my last video, I talked about how he's fought on the Contender Series twice. In his first Contender Series fight, he fought Gene Silva, and he won the first round against Gene Silva. The Gene Silva, like fighting nerds Gene Silva. He scored a round on him, and he took him to a decision. At 21 years of age, he did that to Gene Silva. Now, fast forward, we're in 2025. He's gotten 4 highlight reel finishes since then. And he fought last week, and the finish was very reminiscent of El Matador. He knocked out Sungwoo Choi brutally. He slipped an underhook and popped the right hand over the top and put him out. Vallejos is going to sleep Choi in the first round. I've been looking forward to this debut for a really long time.
The next day.
The more clean, just like that.
There are a few things that are similar between these two guys. The first being their defensive mechanics. The second being, let me just preface this by just saying the boxing, because the boxing is, when you think Ilia Topuria, you think his boxing skills. I mean, I guess maybe if you were a fan of his before the UFC, when he was, you know, the submission artist, which not a lot of people know, by the way. When you think of Ilia in the UFC, you think of his boxing. And pretty soon, I'm taking a shot in the dark here, because I think this kid is really good, and I think this kid has the potential to be a champ like Ilia does. The boxing is what he's going to be known for. It's what he is known for, but he's not a household name yet, and I'm jumping the gun. I'm getting here early on this one. So the boxing, the defensive mechanics, the footwork, and the combinations, I guess we'll say. So the boxing in general kind of goes hand in hand with that, but I'm going to show a few examples. I am going to put some clips up on the screen comparing the two, just so you guys can see what I'm trying to say. I don't want to get copyrighted, so I'm going to try and mix them in here and there, and then other times you're just going to be looking at me talking to you, because I don't want to, like, get my channel. We just got here. I don't want to, you know. Anyways, first of all, from an offensive standpoint, Ilia has the same game plan against most all of his opponents. It's very much based around the fact that he wants to cut the cage off. For people who don't know what that means, it basically just means if I'm coming at you and you are trying to stop my forward momentum and you want to exit to the side and circle out and come around so that you can get back to the middle, I'm going to cut you off and step in front of you so you can't exit that way. So you have to come back or stop and go back the other way or come toward me. Ilia does that really well. He did it against Volk.
That's a good right hand left hook.
Ilia's really good at that. That's how he gets his finishes. That's how he landed all those nasty combos on Josh Emmett. Kevin Vallejos does the same exact thing. And both of these guys have the same weakness that goes hand in hand with that. When they are moving backward, not much is going on. They can't really do much. They do very good when they're on the attack and on the offensive, so to say. That being said, when Ilia does cut off the cage, he tends to throw a combination that is usually either 1 or 2 uppercuts into a big overhand. Or it'll be maybe not an uppercut, maybe he'll throw just a lead hook to the body, and then he'll bomb one over the top with a right hook. Once his opponent gets on the cage and he cuts him off, they'll go to exit the other way. He'll step in, reset his feet, ha, left hook to the body, ha, right hand over the top, and it connects, and it does a lot of damage because he's a powerful dude, which is actually very hard to do. His footwork is just so good. It's like you can't even begin to describe how good it is. Kevin Vallejos does the same thing. If you look at his second Contender Series fight against Cam Teague, when he cuts the cage off, he throws double uppercut, big overhand, and it connects and it rocks him, and then he just starts unloading shots on the cage. And another thing with their offense that is similar is they select shots very well. They won't headhunt when they get someone hurt. Stuff like against Damon Jackson, big right hand uppercut, grazes him off the chin, rip down low, drop the hands, boom, over the top right hand. Picking and choosing. Jai Herbert hitting down low, ripping to the liver, up top. It's stuff like that, like shot selection. He's not just trying to take your head off immediately. He's trying to get you to think elsewhere and then come up top. Kevin Vallejos, in every single fight that I've seen from him, and I've watched his regional stuff too, he does the exact same thing. And he's 23, and nobody does this. I've seen vets that don't do this. His head movement is ridiculous, just like Ilia's. Ilia will bob and weave through everything and exit and not get touched on like a 6-punch combination. Kevin Vallejos sees an overhand coming and just whoop. It's the same exact thing. And I'm calling it right now, and the reason I'm making this video is to say this kid is legit, and don't fret. Ilia might be gone from 45, but he's not. You know what I mean? I'll put up a few clips side by side. I'm sure you've seen them. I'm sure I've edited them in already. There's no way you can look at these clips and tell me that this kid isn't terrifyingly good and looks exactly like Ilia Topuria. In my predictions video, last video, I said that this kid in 2 years' time would be in the top 15. Or maybe I said top 10. I see him being in the top 10 in the next couple years, maybe. I'll give him 2 years. 2 years he'll be in the top 15, top 10. I think he's that good. I think that's kind of undershooting it, honestly, at this point. I think he's that good already. I think he looks a little bit reckless. He's 23. With due time, when he gets in there with people that are experienced and he starts getting cracked with shots, he'll tone that back, just like Ilia did. Like he did with Jai Herbert. He lost the first round, bounced back. Once he gets that figured out, I think he could be a champ in the next, in 3 years. I think he could be in contention for a belt. These kinds of things aren't normal from anyone, let alone a fucking 23-year-old. But this kid's legit. Don't worry about Ilia leaving 45. We got another one. We got another Ilia, all right? It's okay. Anything else that I want to add? John Jones couldn't finish Anthony Smith, and he's gay. I guess we'll end on that. 99% of you guys are not subscribed. That too. Click the button. Damn. How many times I gotta say it? Ilia Topuria 2.0. Like and subscribe. I'll be around for more. We got a great card this weekend too. That video will be up soon. So, yeah. Peace.